In the frostbitten terrain of Lanzerath Ridge, a tiny band of 18 American soldiers stared down the fearsome might of the 1st SS Panzer Division, setting the stage for an unthinkable David versus Goliath showdown. This video unfolds the incredible tale of how these unsung heroes, armed with little more than raw courage and tactical ingenuity, halted the advance of a German armored juggernaut. Their brave stand didn't just change the course of a battle, it altered the tide of World War II. Stay with us to the end to discover the ingenious strategy that enabled these 18 men to accomplish a feat that seemed impossible against the overwhelming power of the 1st SS Panzer Division. As autumn of 1944 settled over war-torn Europe, the momentum of World War II had shifted unmistakably in favor of the Allies, following the successful D-Day landings on June 6, 1944.
Another of the great decisive battles of world history has been joined. This is the day for which free people long have waited. This is D-Day.
Allied forces had liberated Paris by August and were advancing towards Germany. The German army, battered and on the defensive, was retreating across all fronts. In this scenario, Hitler was desperate to turn the tide. Against all odds, he planned a counteroffensive in the West, the last major German campaign of the war. His target was the Ardennes, a densely forested region in Belgium and Luxembourg, historically known for its challenging terrain and narrow roads. The Allies lightly defended the area due to its perceived natural defenses and the assumption that the German army was too weakened to mount a significant offensive. The German plan, Operation Watch on the Rhine, aimed to break through the Allied lines, capture the port of Antwerp, and encircle and destroy 4 Allied armies. Hitler believed this would force the Western Allies to negotiate a peace treaty in the Axis powers' favor, enabling Germany to focus its efforts on the Eastern Front against the Soviet Union. The attack commenced pre-dawn on December 16, 1944, under complete radio silence and lousy weather, which grounded the Allied air forces. This initial assault involved more than 200,000 German troops, including several panzer divisions equipped with tanks and heavy artillery. The surprise was complete, and the Allied lines buckled under the onslaught. Towns like Saint-Vith, Malmedy, and Bastogne became focal points of fierce fighting. The German army made a big dent in the Allied lines, creating what looked like a bulge on the map. That's how the battle got its name. They pushed deep into the areas held by the Allies, capturing towns and moving towards their goals. The Battle of the Bulge was characterized by its brutal winter conditions, with soldiers facing freezing temperatures, snow, and frostbite on both sides. The challenging weather added to the logistical difficulties for the attackers and defenders, impacting everything from troop movements to medical treatment for the wounded. But in the heart of the Battle of the Bulge, a remarkable story unfolded at a small place called Lanzerath Ridge. Here, a group of just 18 American soldiers, led by a young officer named Lieutenant Lyle Bouck Jr., found themselves in the path of a massive German force. Their incredible bravery during this battle is vital to what happened at the Battle of the Bulge. These 18 soldiers were part of a unique team called an intelligence and reconnaissance platoon. They were not supposed to participate in significant battles. Their job was usually gathering information and watching the enemy's actions. But on December 16, 1944, they faced a huge challenge. The 1st Panzer Division, over 500 German troops, headed straight toward them. Their position at Lanzerath Ridge was strategically chosen. The ridge offered an expansive view of the surrounding area, making it an ideal spot to observe enemy movements. However, it also meant they were directly in the path of the advancing German forces. Lieutenant Bouck and his men knew they had to use their position wisely. They dug foxholes and set up defensive positions to prepare for the German attack. These deep and well-concealed foxholes made it hard for the enemy to spot them. They also used the natural terrain like trees and snow to camouflage their positions. This preparation was crucial because it gave them an element of surprise and protection. When the German troops began their approach, the Americans waited until they were close enough and then opened fire. Their weapons included rifles, machine guns, and hand grenades. Catching the Germans off guard, the small group benefited from the element of surprise, as the fierce resistance they displayed was unexpected. Another key tactic used by Bouck's men was their disciplined and controlled use of ammunition. They knew they had limited supplies, so they made every shot count. They aimed carefully and fired only when they had a clear target. This disciplined approach allowed them to hold off the German forces for much longer than expected. The Americans utilized indirect fire to their advantage. Using their weapons to create a wide field of fire, they could hit German troops even when they couldn't see them directly. This tactic created confusion and chaos among the German ranks, slowing their advance and causing casualties. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Americans held their position for several hours. Their resilience and tactical ingenuity were critical factors in their ability to delay the German troops. The time they bought was invaluable for the Allied forces, allowing them to regroup and reinforce other areas in the Battle of the Bulge. The stand of Lieutenant Bauch and his 18 soldiers at Lanzerath Ridge had a profound impact on the Battle of the Bulge. They significantly delayed the German offensive by holding their ground against overwhelming odds. This delay was crucial in a battle where time was of the essence. The German plan relied on swift and surprise movements, but the staunch defense put up by this small American unit disrupted these plans, throwing the German timetable into disarray. Moreover, the time they held out was invaluable for the Allied forces. It provided a much-needed window for the Allies to mobilize and reinforce other critical areas, effectively countering the surprise element of the German attack. Additionally, as an intelligence and reconnaissance unit, the information they had gathered and relayed before being overwhelmed was vital, offering early insights into the scale of the German offensive. Beyond the tactical achievements, the stand at Lanzerath Ridge also had a significant psychological impact. The heroism and resilience displayed by Bauch and his men served as a powerful morale booster for the Allied troops. In the face of adversity, their actions symbolized courage and fighting spirit, inspiring fellow soldiers across the battlefields of World War II. Following their bold stand at Lanzerath Ridge, Lieutenant Lyle Bauch and his 18 men, upon their eventual release from German captivity, received well-deserved recognition and numerous decorations for their exceptional bravery and pivotal role in the Battle of the Bulge. Lieutenant Bauch received the Distinguished Service Cross, the United States' second-highest military decoration, for demonstrating extreme gallantry and risking his life in actual combat with an armed enemy force. His leadership and tactical acumen were crucial in holding off the German troops for an extended period, significantly disrupting their plans. Each platoon member was also recognized for their acts of heroism and resilience. Several received the Silver Star, the third-highest military combat decoration in the U.S. Armed Forces, awarded for gallantry in action against an enemy of the United States. They received these awards for demonstrating significant bravery and effectively engaging in combat against overwhelming odds. Some group members received the Bronze Star Medal for demonstrating heroism, merit, or meritorious service in a combat zone. The Bronze Star was given to these soldiers for their outstanding courage and endurance under fire, especially considering they were not a frontline combat unit, but an intelligence and reconnaissance team. Bauch and his men's collective actions earned the entire unit the Presidential Unit Citation. This collective decoration is awarded to organizations for heroism or extraordinary achievement while acting against an enemy. The recognition of the platoon as a whole underscores the significance of their coordinated efforts and their critical impact on the battle. In the end, the incredible story of Lieutenant Bauch and his 18 soldiers at Lanzerath Ridge is a remarkable tale of bravery, teamwork, and strategy. Against overwhelming odds, this small group of men managed to hold back a much larger and powerful enemy force, significantly altering the course of a critical battle in World War II. Their actions exemplify how courage, determination, and intelligent thinking can triumph in facing daunting challenges. Each of these vastly outnumbered soldiers stood firm, showcasing not just military skill, but an extraordinary spirit of resilience and unity. Their heroic stand played a crucial role in the war, leading to subsequent recognition, with some individuals receiving the highest military honors. Their story goes beyond the battle. It's a testament to the impact a united small group can have against seemingly insurmountable odds. Today, their legacy is an inspiring reminder of the power of courage and teamwork. This lesson resonates with all walks of life, showing that strength and bravery can make a world of difference, even in the most challenging times.